Assalamu alaikum. This is Crypto PNL, and I hope you guys are doing good. Today, I'm going to talk about BTC and what do I think of Bitcoin and where do I stand and what is my thesis on this. Because we all, yeah, you have seen lots of people discussing about Bitcoin on internet, on YouTube. Everybody has their own thesis. So I back my thesis, they back their thesis with logics, with concepts. So nobody knows where the price is going to go, but all believe in a thesis. And when you produce a thesis, when you give an thesis, if I get wrong and if I go wrong with my thesis, I have nothing to worry about. I have just to tell myself that it worked for me before, like it worked for me before. I'll prove it why, and it can work again. And if it doesn't, then that means there is a probability always that you may win, you may lose. So this is why I think you have to put more, put some what would I say, put some thought process to this video, because I'm going to explore a few things and I'm going to tell you about things which normally I don't discuss, and I'll tell you and what I see from the market, inshallah. So let's go back to the video and clear this. This is the BTC chart on the weekly time frame, and that's a chart that it has all the history. If you put a log scale, this chart has the history. Okay, this is the BTC chart, and I have that 55 EMA. Let's take it off, and this is the chart. Look at this. What is this chart showing? That chart showing is that we have highs, we have highs, we have highs in the bear market. We test the highs in the bear market. So we have highs. These are the highs that once we are above the highs, we like to stay above it anyway. What I'm trying to tell you here is that don't focus on the highs. Focus on things that before the highs. We, whenever we make a high, we create a floor. Like that's the floor. Probably that's the floor. Probably that's the floor. And I mean, this is the floor that we create. So before any rally, before BTC produce a floor, and that's the floor again, which I'll discuss in the now what I talk about. So let's go to the non-log chart. Remember when, I don't know if you guys are attached to me or not. Remember when BTC was at 30k, and everybody was so bearish here at this point when BTC was crossing. Yeah, it was crossing. Everybody was so bearish and worried, and like everybody, we do all get worried. But as I was saying, that if Bitcoin closed below a weekly candle, a good weekly candle closed below $30 or this low, then that's where the point that if Bitcoin has gone like this, close below, and this is where I'll be bearish and I'll say yes, we are going down as long as we are at support. Because what happened is that BTC made a new floor. This is the floor BTC made for this, because it's $1 trillion market cap now. So BTC has to go up, and it does. And what it does, it has achieved from that low to that high, it has achieved 131%. This is not important. It has achieved, it breaks the previous ceiling. That was the ceiling. Now this is the ceiling for that drop. That was the ceiling that dropped 50%. So in my personal opinion, if that was the ceiling, and what we are doing, if you notice, Bitcoin is above that ceiling now. What Bitcoin is doing here? Bitcoin is doing is that Bitcoin is converting and using this ceiling and converting this ceiling into a new floor. You understand my point? So now this area, like if you notice, this floor become a firm floor with a retest. This ceiling, we went up and now we are retesting it, and we retested it. And normally we retested once, two times. This is what we did. And now what we have here, we have we have floor that we are making here. So what is this going on in here? Why everybody is bearish? I don't think so. Yes, we are looking like losing momentum on the 2 day or daily, but remember one thing, when they create a floor, when they produce a floor, what do, they make it look like it's losing momentum. Like here, if you see that, what happened, they created a floor and it was looking like BTC has lost the momentum. BTC dropped down, and then what happened? BTC was losing momentum. The point which I'm trying to tell you, what BTC has done here, the same thing BTC did. That was the that was the ceiling. BTC broke out of it, and then BTC make it as a floor. And this is what we are doing here. We are creating a floor here. In my opinion, if I'm bullish, that's the case that I have to build. So in my general opinion, this is going to be a massive floor, massive, and we are not understanding that point. And the most important candle here in that floor is this candle, this this high, this high at 50 is breaker. I still believe as long as we are above this breaker on the daily basis, we're not gonna go down. Anything above this, I don't know, anything below this is the bearish, and anything above this is bullish. I don't think that we are going to face that sort of a thing. I think this is going to be our new floor. This is going to be our new floor, and we are making this floor using this area as a floor and creating it. If I show you something about here, like example देता हूँ आपको. There's a guy. Wait a second. This is, look at this address. This is the Bitcoin kind of a public address, which is a rich address, which 1,800,000 Bitcoin it has. He has, and look at this. He's buying BTC at $64,000. This is 1,200 BTC. He has sold 1,200 BTC, 1,500 BTC at 67. So that means he has some thought about this one, that this area this area might serve me as the floor. So what I'm trying to tell you is that you don't need to be selling your coins, because in my personal opinion, I still believe, yes, we can drop down. Lots of people are getting bearish as always, but we can see another leg to the upside, to my in my opinion, because what we did from there, we have tested only 1618. I still believe normally if we are third wave, we must touch this area. Yes, I want to see the volume, but in my opinion, the volume is in this phase. We had volume because that's the third wave in my opinion. So that's the fourth, and now we are building the fifth wave. So uh, don't be bearish. That's the new floor, and probably if this market, जब भी ये market अपना top बनाएगी, in my opinion, wherever it goes, this is the first stop where people are going to, it is going to stop, and it will, if even if it lick. So I don't think so that we should regret buying in this area. We should not regret that. I don't think so. I don't know, but I'm not bearish here. I think we are bullish, and we are holding a beautiful. We are turning a beautiful place into a support. If you look on the weekly, look at the monthly. Wait a second. Do you think this monthly chart look bearish? 3 months. Do you think this monthly chart look bearish? I mean, how on earth a 3 month candle is sitting at, the close is sitting at 57,809. I don't think so. This is an easy figure. The price is going to come down. I will be very amazed. Monthly, 12 month. Look at the monthly. Oh my God. Look at this chart. We are just getting started. That's the logical support at $14,000. So, my personal opinion, look at the 4 week chart. Oh my God, this is where we are. That's our support. That's our high. We are trying to close above it. If it does, which I think 21 days हम इससे ऊपर close कर लेंगे. The most beautiful chart is the weekly chart. If you look at the weekly chart, look at this. This is the floor that we are turning it into a floor. And that's the breaker. That's the candle that we should look at. This is our support candle now. This area is our support candle. Any wick into this area of 61 to 59, this is my support candle. I'll buy the heck here and I will keep buying it. People will not understand, but I'll keep buying here. This is my area of interest, and that's the breaker that we know what it is doing. That's the breaker, and it does what it does. What it does, it if it is bearish, price should not go above this breaker. That's where the point price start. So this is our bullish breaker. Now we created another support. Now we are moving towards upside. So why on earth you are getting bearish, my brothers? Don't be bearish. Keep an eye on it. That's a new floor. We are going towards 80K. We are coming back. Whatever, we are going to hold these levels. Don't be bearish. Always look for the microstructure or macrostructure. So this is what I mean in my opinion. And what we are doing, we are closing almost one, two, three candles on the upside. There is no follow through. Yes, we are rejecting because lots of people are selling the Bitcoin here, and that's the liquidity that we've been looking for. And the most important thing that we are facing this the beautiful rally from the DXY. It is rallying now. It is getting closer to the support. Sorry, resistance. I was expecting that it will fail here, but it was a move to the upside. Now we have a resistance here. That's the block. That's the block that we will face. So, in my opinion, if not this one is going to be triggered. Let's go to the 2 week. Yeah, that's the block. So we are getting closer to the block. So if 1995 775 is gonna trigger, I think there is a time that where we will see some move to the upside. So all in all, nothing is wrong about it. Just be more, uh, look at the high time frame and wait for the confirmations. I think Tesla, beautiful rally correction. I think it has more upside left. Assalamu alaikum.